Welcome to the shop. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Garage Groove. Thank you for joining us, and thank you always for coming on to this channel. This week we got a short week here, so let me tell you what we got going on. As you know about Imran's Dyno BMX, we've kind of held that off until spring. This week we're just gonna put a cap on the SnowBlower. Last week we got it running. It runs good. It's got a little bit of a flutter in the carburetor. I don't like that. It would get us by. It did. This carburetor did what it was supposed to do, and that was if we were to get any kind of significant snow, it should have been able to get the job done. But we don't want to leave this guy in here. What we'll do with this one is we're going to take it out, and we will have the luxury of soaking it for a good amount of time. We'll take it all apart, we'll soak it, and put it all back together and put it away for a rainy day, because we got a new carburetor in, and this is the one we want in the machine. There's no sense using that other one. It's got a bit of a flutter to it. This is brand new. This is what we want. We want this in here. It's going to be a lot more reliable, and that's definitely the carb that we want on this machine. It's going to run solid. There's going to be no flutter to the carb, and that's the right unit for our machine. So this week's episode is simply putting this carb on this machine. We're too far into the season right now. Winter has started to really take this thing apart and do everything I want to do with it. So we're going to get the carb on. I have already done the oil change. I've lubed the cables. They all work great. We've greased everything that needs to be greased. The only thing it needs is a new carburetor. We'll put that on, and then we'll be done. Now, moving forward, we have projects coming up. As you know, this TL is a winter deal. We want to get this thing ready by spring. As you can see really quickly, we got some nice work already in progress for it. And then we still got our Yamazuki, because we're going to be taking this monster to several places hopefully this year, and we want it correct, we want it right, and we want it strong, because we're going to beat on this bike, and we want it to be able to handle it. So we got that coming up, and we got Faison's RM80 also coming up. We're going to be bringing that into the shop, but we ran into a budget issue. So as you know, with this channel, we have to recycle our funds. We don't have an account of just free-flowing funds in there. We have to keep it replenished through projects. So what we have to do is we have to sell some stuff now before we can progress any further. So we're in the process of doing that. In the meantime, we're going to get this thing going. We're going to do maybe a couple of music episodes in there, and by that time we'll have some items sold, and we'll be back on to finish some of these projects. So let's get started on the SnowBlower. Let's get the new carburetor on it and run it. It should run absolutely beautiful. No flutter, no hesitation, no nothing, and that's what we need. In the north, when we get the amount of snow that we can get 3 feet dumped on us overnight, and we got a kind of a long driveway. So I have to be able to reliably clean the driveway every day, and that's what this machine is all about. So let's go ahead and get that going, and then we'll go ahead and run the machine for you. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, so what we have done so far is we have put both of these carbs side by side. Here's the old one, there's a new one. Now, this right here is the idle screw.
And what we want to do is we want to set the idle like factory. So you see about how much that's sticking out. And this one is quite a bit less. So let's go ahead and we're going to turn that in. That looks about right. And then of course we're going to do it by ear. Okay, the other piece we have to put on is right here. So let's go ahead and do that. This right here is the choke mechanism. And we're going to put that right here on the new one. Feels awful tight. One thing you never want to do with aluminum stuff like this is you put a power tool to it. It's a lot better to do it with your hand. Power tools are a little bit too much torque, sometimes ends up cracking aluminum castings. You go slow. It's made to fit, but new products are sometimes tight. There, see? Works nice. Okay, the other piece we have to put on is right here. So let's go ahead and take that off. This feels a little tight too, so again, you always use manual. Use your hand so you can go slow and steady so you don't crack. I generally don't put any kind of torque, power tools to aluminum castings. Usually something doesn't go right, you can crack it. This is nice and steady. I'm just going to go. Sometimes a little tight. This is not a custom fit, a beautiful fit product. These Chinese deals. Okay, that's it. This carb is ready for installation. Okay, so we are back. I had to step out for a little bit, but you know, I had mentioned we were running dry on our funds for this channel.
So we have to sell more stuff. But look what we just scored. Somebody threw these out. Somebody threw these out. This is a nice leaf blower. I have no idea what's wrong with it. And this is a nice weed eater. So we're gonna fix these and we're gonna sell them because we fix this stuff and take the money and put it into this stuff. That's what we do. We ran kind of dry. Sophian's Chinese bike dried up our play money, so we have to recycle some, and that's what we're gonna do. We did, although we just sold an extra motorcycle engine for $400, so that's good. And then we're gonna sell a few of these little items, and that'll probably be enough. If we get $500-600, we should be able to finish Faison's project. I don't think we're gonna need $500 for your project.
No, it's
Probably like $200-300.
half finished.
Yeah, it's mostly done. So, but yeah, this was. People throw away good stuff, man. This thing is in really nice shape. I mean, everything about it looks really good. I have no idea what's wrong with it, but it's in good shape. It's probably something dumb. And same with this. This engine looks like it's in brand new shape. I don't know. That's what we do in Garage Groove. We fix stuff, and if it's cool stuff like this, we hang on to it.
Yeah.
And if it's uncool stuff like this,
So,
we sell it and get rid of it, and we replace it with cool stuff. That's what we do.
yeah.
Okay, so getting back to this hunker. Getting back to this hunker. Let's see what we got here. So we have our new carb almost hooked up. We're gonna go ahead and finish hooking that up like that. We're gonna go ahead and put these little guys on. This guy. There's one. And then we're gonna add the other one. Okay, so we got the new carb on. Now we're gonna go ahead and stick the rest of all this little stuff on it. Throw a little gas in it, and then we're gonna go ahead and try it. See what this thing will do. Now it should run really smooth. There should be no fluttering in it. And like I said, I've done all the other little things to it. It should be ready for the whole winter. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, everybody, so we have installed our new carb on to the snowblower. We've done the oil change, as I've told you before. We've lubed up all the cables and everything. The new carb, we're hoping it would take away all the flutter. This is going to make this machine extremely reliable. That's what we want. This thing, and we've done the oil change also. This thing has this right here, which is an electric start, but that's not always convenient. If you're down your driveway and you need to shut it off for a minute and restart it, you can't rely on the electric start all the time because you got to plug this in. That's no good. We want this thing to be extremely reliable, extremely dependable, and that means that it has to be able to start with the rope. So that's what we're going to try. It's completely cold right now, as you can see.
We got the brand new carb in it, and the way we do this is, this is your choke. So we're going to put it on the choke. This has to be all the way up. Of course, the key's on, and now we're going to prime it a few times. I was waiting to hear from the gas, but I'm assuming some gas is down in the carb now. And let's go ahead and pull this and see what happens. Idling pretty good. This machine is extremely loud. But as we saw last week, all the mechanisms work really nice on this machine. Even our headlights work. I even felt the hand warmers. Even those work nice. So it's a really good machine. I got it set on a lower idle, and it seems to be working really good. And when we hit the gas on it, it should take right off. Takes right off. There, I feel a lot more comfortable with that machine now. It runs good. There's absolutely zero flutter in the machine, and that's what we want. So this episode is wrapped up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining the channel. Thank you for coming on, checking things out. Please stay with us. We got stuff coming up, as you already know. We're gonna go ahead, and we scored a couple machines, so we're gonna go ahead and do something with these. I don't know how well this one's gonna sell this time of year, but the leaf blower should do pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and get those going and get them sold, so we can get some funds to continue our projects. Okay, so we'll see you soon. Thanks for coming on to Garage Groove. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.